Hi, this is Diane with Bolan-Beaty Boogie, and this week I actually asked Mark if he would look into the specific topic for me. Basically, how we communicate with spirit and how spirit communicates and actually sees us. And I know we've talked about this on the show before, but I was watching a show a couple nights ago, and somebody was wanting to speak to a relative in spirit, and he asked a specific question. And I remember when I do readings, this question always comes up. So I thought it's obviously on a lot of people's minds. And so I asked Mark if he could address that and answer that question for us, because obviously it concerns a lot of people. And then I also wanted to ask him, well, we've talked about this before actually, like how does spirit see humans? And do they see the physical form? Do they see energy forms? And so we've talked about it, but I thought maybe that would be something that everyone would be interested in hearing as well. So I hope you enjoyed the show this week. Again, we have a website, www.channelingmarc.com, and it has loads of information about a bunch of different topics. So if you're interested, check it out. Yeah. Hello. Yeah, I made it. Here I am. Okay, hello everyone. This is Mark. Previously Marc Bolan of the rock band T-Rex. If you're a rock and roll fan, you may have heard of me. Oh yeah. Yeah, now I'm in spirit, of course. I'm in spirit. I'm just going to loosen up. Hold on. I'm just going to loosen up Diane's body a bit. Well, yeah, so what happens is I pop into, it's just like anyone would pop, well, if you can imagine popping into somebody else's body, it takes, it takes a few seconds, few minutes just to get used to the vibe in that body, because Diane's been using it obviously, and it's not my body. It is, for a spirit, it is a very unusual sensation. I will say that, and it did take us a fairly long time for us to get this show on the road. Yeah. Okay, and I've got my my group here, my team, in the studio with me, and we'll go back and forth a little bit. Okay, that's the preamble. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so what's the topic for today? Well, okay, so yeah, I think we're going to do that. Well, Diane's been asking if I could look into some things for her, and not spread it, but pass it on, share the information with you, because she was thinking that many viewers might be interested in finding out about some of these things. Okay, so as the Earth, believe it or not, the frequency of the Earth is ascending. Okay. I know it seems very troubled right now, but again, that brings about change. Okay, so if people are living their day-to-day lives and nothing really bothers them, everything's okay, and then some stuff starts coming in and they're like, wait a second, I maybe need to stop and think about this. Now, do I want this in my life? Do I want this around me or not? Right? And so that's going to affect a change in the energy of the planet, right? And yeah, so when you start questioning things, when you start looking deeper into things, and change prompts that, okay? Discord prompts that, okay? So obviously, in many places of the Earth, this is happening, right? Other places, not so much, okay? But it's up to the individual to decide what they want to do about that, right? Like, yeah, I mean, I'm not saying taking up arms or anything like that, but I'm just saying, just look at yourself, look at your life, look at your energy, and see how it's, if that's what you want it to be. And if things around you are causing a change that you're not happy with, then what can you do about it, right? What will you do about it? It could just be something that affects your day-to-day routine, but anything, just looking at a situation or looking at the energy in your own life will bring about change. Okay. So yeah. And we bring that up a lot here. It's if anyone feels that they're not important to the energy of the planet or the universe, then try doing something like that, because the ripple effect is extreme. Okay. So that's, yeah. And it's like I've said before, the majority energy of a planet tends to be what is going to be the most powerful. Right. There can be undertones that pop up and then go back down again. But yeah, so that's how change gets made. Okay. Yeah. So what we're going to look at today is, okay, so the planet and humans on Earth, your relationship with, well, it can be with the universe and spirit. Okay. But we're going to, going to do mostly spirit, right? Right. And then spirit's relationship with the planet and you. Okay. Okay. So let's look at the human lives, your lives. Okay. And how does it relate to spirit? Okay. Well, obviously you all know that you are spirit energy focused in a human body right now. You're having this physical experience, right? And Diane was asking me, okay, well, yeah, I know that, but and she obviously works with spirit a lot. She's in that space. But she's like, well, what does it mean? What does it mean exactly? I mean, what? Yeah, I'm getting there. So her point is that she doesn't really remember too much about being in spirit. And of course, you don't either. Yeah, a lot of you don't, right? You can pop in, and when you dream at night, you're obviously on the astral, usually a lower frequency than you are when you pass over. And she's like, well, my dreams are really weird, and is there a way I can control that better? Because I'm in spaces I don't really want to be in, and I'm meeting with people from maybe my past, and I don't really care about seeing them anymore. What do I do about that, right? What do I do about that? And so there are ways you can do that. There are exercises you can do. And you can set the intention to, and this has been working and not been working for Diane. So she's a little grumpy about that when I bring this up. But there's nothing I can really, well, you can ask the assistance of your guides. So it's kind of like, can you control your astral dreams when you're on? And you can, maybe not to the extent right away that you would want to, right. But you can. And what's good about, it's, what they call, lucid, what they call lucid dreaming. So I mean, you can work on that. You can definitely work on that, just like anything else in your life. Okay. There's nothing that's in your life, in your existence right now, that you can't, I don't like the word control necessarily, but because it's maybe not the right tone, the word. But empower. You are completely empowered, better, completely empowered to change or do anything in your life. Okay. So that's always an important thing to remember. Right. So you can empower yourself to do what you want on the astral. Now, well, it's setting intentions and sticking with them. Okay. So Diane's been doing that where, maybe every other night now. She is setting the intention to whatever she wants to do, right? Because you spend a lot of time in the astral when you're dreaming, right? And sometimes you may not remember what you've done. Sometimes you may wake up from a dream and go, whoa, that was really weird. Sometimes Diane asks me, it seems really weird there. Is it always like that? Like where you are, is it always that weird? I'm at a higher frequency, though. I'm at a higher frequency. And that might not be true with every spirit, but I'm at a higher frequency than your dreaming astral state. And so, but it also is true, too. I am empowered to have around me what I want, right? Right. Just like you are in the physical. There's not really a lot of difference, and I keep bringing this up when I have discussions with Diane, that there's really not a lot of difference between spirit and the physical, okay? Other than the frequency and having a body, obviously, that you're focused on and that you can, well, manipulate, control. No. There's not a lot. So when you all get back to spirit, you're going to say, well, Yeah, I mean, it's not that different. Of course, there's a lot, but no. Yeah, that's another I believe a fallacy where people think, well, I don't have access to what spirit has or what spirit can see, and that's not true. That's not true at all. You may not have, or you may have closed down the access that you have, but anyone physical can see what I see in spirit. But it might not be as easy. It might not be automatic. It might not be something that you can tune or turn on and off. You may have to focus. You may have to work on meditation. Diane does that, and she says sometimes, well, Marc, sometimes it seems like you're tuning into a lot of stuff that I don't see. And I said, well, Diane, you're not really tuning into it. Yeah, when we work together, you are, but otherwise in your day-to-day life, you're not necessarily spending the time to do that. And she's like, oh yeah, you're right. So it's all what you want to perceive. It's all what you want to have access to. It's all what you want to bring into your existence. And of course, I mean, you still have your spiritual life, that you're still in spirit. Okay, let's just say that you're still in spirit. Aspects of you, probably the majority of you, is still in spirit. That's your home. Okay, that's your home. So you can always tap into that. Okay, and it's really important actually to get to know yourself in spirit, because you can be different. Yeah, Diana and I talked about this last week. She said, yeah, it's amazing. We've talked to a lot of spirits, mostly, well-known, and how different they are in spirit versus their human self. And of course, that's because, well, yeah, they came down here to be somebody. They came down here to do something. And sometimes it's completely contrary to who they are in spirit because, yeah, you're playing a role. You're absolutely playing a role. It's a role that you're playing, right? And then there are some spirits who, when they go back to spirit, are pretty much very similar to the physical person who they were. So it just depends. It just depends on the spirit and what they want to experience. Okay. Yeah. That was long. I didn't even take a breath. Okay. Yeah. So that's important. Tuning into who you are as a spirit, and that can just be as simple as maybe meditating for 5 minutes, okay? Just quieting your mind and then asking to view that, to feel that energy, okay? Yeah, and yeah, it's always important to maybe, just let the human mind, and that's what meditation is really, just to get your mind quiet because that will pop up. And that's always, Diane's saying, okay, can you go away, Diane? Yeah, just a bit. Yeah. Well, she's popping in because she's really interested in what we're talking about. But she said, yes. She's always, that's one of her challenges, is to get the human mind quiet when she meditates because her mind's always racing. Yep. Just like mine did as Marc. Race. Yep. I was always thinking of something new, a new music, new tune, new lyrics, new art. I was always thinking of something. New clothes. Fashion. Yep. Okay. Yeah. So quiet the mind. Quiet the mind's very important. And I know to some people that's not very appealing. But in order to connect, so that's the thing. Okay. Spirit energy is subtle. Okay, it's very, 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 very subtle. That's why it's called what? Subtle energy, right? Right. So it's not going to be something that's going to, come and knock you over in your chair or something like. No. So that's why you need to quiet the mind in order to connect with it and to perceive it. Yep. You might be able to connect with it, but it's not going to be that you need to perceive it, right? Or you need to, if you want to hear answers back. It's going to be very, 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 very subtle. So that could be another, what do you call it? Not, my English. I'll come up with it. A myth. Yep. So that could be another myth. Yeah. If you're going somewhere, or if that you feel has a spirit or a ghost, whatever you want to call them, earthbound spirit, or if you're wanting to connect with maybe a loved one or a pet, who's in spirit, I mean, it's going to be subtle. It's not, well, depending on the spirit, but it's not going to be, it's not going to be like, no. It's not going to be really, really, it's going to be very subtle. So you have to be patient. You have to listen. Right. Okay. Yeah. So that's a myth. Okay. Yep. Okay. And then what else? What else you went, what did we say? Oh, yeah. Okay. So yeah, I mean, we've talked about this before, but yeah, okay, so some people, yeah, this is something else Diane ran across on a show she watched this week, where somebody was wanting to connect with a loved one, okay, who had passed over. And the thing they asked was, are they okay? That was the, they could ask one, or what was the most in question? Yeah, that's it. What was the most important question they wanted to ask? And it was, are they okay? Yeah, yeah. So that must be a concern. Yes, 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 for a lot of people on Earth, right? So we're going to look at that. Right. Okay, so, okay, so when your spirit leaves the body, okay, you go back home. You go back to the astral, okay? Your spirit energy is always okay, okay? Anyone who's passed over into spirit, yeah, well, it's because you can't really connect with them anymore. So you worry about it and you say, well, I don't have access to this person anymore. And I'm worried that they're not okay. I'm worried that maybe they went to, yeah, and you know, there's a lot going on or a lot out there about, okay, well, is there a hell? Is there, you know, can you be damned? Where do you go when you die? And you're, yeah, and if you read it or if you say, you know, hold on, disconnect, hold on. Yeah. So if you believe it, okay, if you believe it, then you might have these fears, right? Okay, myth. No. Everyone who has passed over in spirit is okay. Okay? Now, I'm not saying that, okay, well, maybe they just passed over. Maybe it was very trying, difficult life. They could be healing, okay? They could be getting some help that they need, okay? But no, spirit is a place that everyone is connected. And that is the truth. That is the truth of the physical as well, of course. But, and no, I'm not saying that there aren't energies, yeah, that are not pleasant. Yeah, right. But they're mostly not ones necessarily who have been human. But there are some, okay? So yeah, let's just put that out there. But once somebody, I'm saying there are still probably earthbound. And there are some in other places too as well. But in general, okay, yeah, like 99.9% of the time, okay? Anyone you've known who has passed over to spirit is doing just fine. And they get on with their lives in spirit, okay? And that doesn't mean that they have disconnected from you, okay? So that's another thing, okay? That's another, yeah, maybe a myth, okay? If somebody has passed over, you're like, well, I don't know. I really want to connect with them. I want to say hi, but how do I do it? Right? And yeah. I mean, that's understandable too, because there are some religions out there who say that, no, you can't do that. You know, you can't speak to them or you have to go through somebody else to do it. Okay. No, myth. Right. No, you can speak to anyone who has passed over in spirit. Okay. Well, if you didn't know them, you know, that's one thing. It's up to them whether or not they want to receive whatever you want to send them, right? But it's just like, yeah, I mean, energy is sent from one place to another, okay? And they're going to receive that usually telepathically, right? Which is how Diane and I talk, right? And yeah, and so that's energy. That's just like using your, mobile phone? Yeah, mobile iPhone, whatever you want to call them, cell phone. That's what they call them in the States. Yeah, cell phone. Yeah, so it's just the same thing, except it's using a different energy source, right? There's a battery on your phone, right? But there's also energy connection between, your spirit and other spirits, right? Well, yeah, and it's a choice of who you're connecting to, whether or not they want to respond back. As Marc, I do get a lot of energy sent to me. And unfortunately, yeah, I mean, I get the sense of some of it. Some I do connect to, some I do answer, but there's a lot coming at me, right? So I have to kind of filter some things out, right? And yeah, and you do the same thing. If you go about your day, can you think of, everything that comes at you? Can you recall it all? No. You filtered it out. You only focused on what you really wanted to spend attention with, right? So it's the same way in spirit. Okay? So yeah, let's look at that. Anyone who might feel that, oh, I can't connect with anyone who's passed over, or a pet, or okay, well, let's look at that. Okay, now why would that be? Why wouldn't you be able to do that? Okay. Yeah, I mean, no. Well, first thing is, yeah, try it. Try it, okay? And yeah, and if you feel any type of fear doing this, then, well, yeah, meditate. You gotta, yeah, that's what I'm saying. The meditation is where it all starts. Well, if you want to maybe have a discourse, okay, yeah. If you want to get something back sometimes, like a telepathic response, meditation is going to be the route to go. But you don't have to meditate to speak to somebody in spirit. You can just think it. You can say it out loud. You can think it. You can say, okay, okay, dad, mom, father, mother, whatever, uncle, spot, what, yeah, whatever, yeah, what, flute, yeah, okay, yep, I could contact flute, okay, yeah, so just, yeah, well, I have actually, yeah, okay, so then you're connecting, and then you're saying, I just want to say hi. I hope you're doing well. Hope you had a great day. I'm doing okay. Yeah, and you can have conversations. If they want to interact with you, if they want to connect with you, they will. Okay? And okay, well, what if you're sitting there thinking, well, I could be saying all this, and how do I know if they're listening? You can ask them. You can say, okay, well, it's great talking to you. If there's any way you can give me a sign that you've heard this, and yeah, don't limit. Yeah, I mean, they're going to let you know if it's them or not, if they can. Okay, so they're going to, and we've talked about this before, they're going to go about a way, like, yeah, like they say sometimes, and it's subtle. It's subtle, okay? So be on the look. And sometimes you get these things when you're not even expecting it, least expecting it. Something will pop up and you'll say, oh, that reminds me of Uncle Ted, or something like that. And then you've got your response, okay? Or if, yeah, I mean, it's a number of things, a number of ways spirit will connect with you. But, yeah, and well, should they look for it? Is that what you're saying? It's better to let it go. It's actually better to let it go. Send the energy out there and see what comes back. If you try to control it too much, it's just going to be another filter. So you don't want that. You don't want that, okay? And I know you've heard all this type of thing before, right? But there is a basis of truth to it, so that's why I'm repeating it, okay? So try that. And yeah, so if you feel that you're not really spiritual, or you're not really that connected to spirit, or you don't have the ability, you don't feel you have the ability, or you haven't trained, or whatever, that's an easier way of doing it. If you don't want to go about doing the meditation, that's an easy way of doing it, okay? And it might not be within the next week. It might be within the next, they'll try, and they will try multiple times, because they do want to connect with you. They do want to connect with you, okay? And they want you to know that they're okay. But yeah. Okay, so that's another myth solved, right? Or what do you call it? Debunked, or something like that. Right. Okay. Yeah, so let's think of something else. Yeah, yeah, we want to talk about that. Okay, yeah, Diane was asking, can I talk about how does spirit perceive us? Okay, let's say, like me. Like, how do I see Diane's energy, right? She's asked me that before. So, yeah, obviously I don't have human eyes, right? I don't have human eyes. So how do I go about seeing what she might look like? Okay, well, yeah, I mean, I use all my senses. And it's not like when I see her energy, I don't necessarily see, no, like her human form. I see her energy, right? I see her energy. I can tune in. I know what she looks like as a human, right? But that's not what I tune into. I tune into her energy, not her physical being, not her physical look. Because that's not what shines. That's not what shines. That's not what's most apparent to me. I would have to delve down a bit and yeah, and it's when you're in spirit, that's not really important how somebody looks. No. Like, yep. So if I look at somebody's energy from the spirit point of view, from where I am in spirit, I'm going to see colors. I'm going to see frequencies. I'm going to see either kind of, muted, or shiny, clear, sparkling. I'm going to see, because if somebody's energy is in a, like, part of it's stuck, or part of it's not moving very fast, and that's like very true of when you have your chakra system in your body. Yeah, so if I look at somebody's chakra system in a body, I can see where it's slowed down and where the energy's not moving. So it's the same in spirit. Yeah. So generally in spirit, a happy-go-lucky type of spirit will be somebody who, you know, a little sparkly, depending on their personality. And yeah, and so that their colors, all of that will also give me an idea of who they are and what their personality is like. And yeah, you do have a personality in spirit. You're not a blank slate. You've been a spirit for much longer than you've had physical bodies. And so your personality is going to be apparent. And it's not like, well, it's harder, okay? It's harder. But you really don't hide so much in spirit because there's no reason to, okay? Because you don't feel like you're going to be judged by who you are. Okay, that's not a big thing in spirit. Okay, it's not a big thing in spirit. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that you can't be insecure in spirit. No. You can be whatever you want. You can be whatever you want, but there's less of a reason to be that way because you're not really judging yourself or saying this spirit is brighter than I am, and I feel insecure about it. You could, but there's really not really much reason to do it, and it would just seem like not a waste of, but you know, it's just different in spirit. There's a lot of different yeah, it's just a different perception of being who you are, and it's based all on energy. It's based all on energy, right? Yep. So yeah, I could, if I looked at Diane's energy, I would generally, it's not always. And that changes because everyone's energy changes, obviously, but she could be predominantly a certain color, and that color, if I tap into that color, then that's going to mean something to me. That's what she's showing. And so, yeah, so she's presenting her energy, how she wants it to be, and that's by being who she is. Does that make sense? Yeah. So, yeah. So, and what else? What is, hold on. Oh, that's a good one. Okay, so somebody's saying, what if you feel that somebody who you loved in spirit, a parent or somebody, a figure that you looked up to, maybe, like, yeah, how are they thinking? Are they judging me? Are they judging me in my life? Are they judging me about what I did last week? Are they judging me about my actions? Okay. Well, no. Okay. Now, judgment is not a big thing in spirit. Okay. Yeah. Once you get back to spirit, I'm not saying nobody. No, I'm not saying 100%. I can't say 100%. I cannot say 100%. But in general, that's not important. Okay. What your loved ones in spirit want you to have is a happy life. They want you to be fulfilled. They want you to be loved. They want you to love others, be loved, have a wonderful life, to experience wonderful things. They want your best. Okay, they're not sitting there thinking you didn't pay that parking ticket or whatever it is, or you didn't give the homeless person on the street money. No. They're not thinking that. They're thinking the best for you. They want the best for you. And no. I mean, they check in, but they're not looking at every little thing you do because they have their lives in spirit as well, and they're busy with those. Okay, they're busy with, just like you're busy with your life. Okay, so it's not like they're checking and watching everything you do. They're not. No. Myth debunked. Right? Myth debunked. Yeah, that's the word, right? Debunked. Or yeah, myth. Yeah, that's a good word. Yeah. So if you're worrying about that, you can let that one go. Right. Unless you want to hold on to it. But you don't need to. Okay, they want your best. Yeah. That's another good one. Yeah. Okay, so, and this, we've talked about this before, but this one's important. Okay, let's say you had a falling out with somebody who is now in spirit. You hadn't seen them for years before they passed over. You never made good with them. And you feel guilty about it, right? And yeah, it could really weigh heavy on a person, right? And you want to know, you feel like you're lost there, and that's nothing you can change, but that's wrong. Myth debunked. Yep, 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 yep. Okay, okay. Yeah, because they can hear you. Okay? They can hear you. So you can talk to them. And even if you can't hear them back, at least your side will be presented to them. They will know how you felt. And yeah, I mean, in general, they know that. They know it anyway. But it's nice to be able hold on. It's nice that they can hear it from you, right? That you will take the time to connect with them and say, I'm sorry our relationship ended. I'm sorry that we fought. I'm sorry that I did this to you. I'm sorry that I took this the wrong way. I'm sorry, whatever. Yeah, yep, yep. And you can have a conversation. You could say, okay, well, I'm sorry that I got mad at you, but the way you acted was aggressive toward me, or it was mean, or you felt it was mean or unjustified or something, right? Right. But start a conversation. Okay, start a conversation, and it will make you feel better. Okay, it will make you feel better. Okay, because they will hear it. If you set the intention at a high frequency to connect with this individual, and you can say you don't, yeah, I mean, because they're going to have a different name in spirit. You can say this person, or my mom, or my father, or whatever. Set a high intention. You can always ask for your guides to help you, or you can ask your guides to actually monitor the energy and the relationship. They can do that for you. If you feel like, if you feel a little trepidation about connecting to spirit, opening up something there, you can ask them to monitor it and protect you if you would like. You can ask whatever is going to make you feel comfortable. Right. Well, no, you don't need it, but it's always good to set a high intention, right? Well, it is. So I'm saying, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not necessarily critical, but it's always good when you're opening up to spirit to ask for a high frequency channel, a communication channel. Right. And yeah, I mean, and you can ask for it to be private too. Yeah, yep. And you can ask your guides to help you with that. Even if you don't know who your guides are, or you don't connect with them, they're there and they can help you with that. Right. So that's an important one. Good. Yeah, that's an important one. Okay, anything else that, we're just kind of scanning the energy of the earth and seeing, and spirit as well, to see what's coming up, if anyone has anything else. No? Is that about it? Let's see. I think those were the biggies, right? Myths debunked. Let's see if I can get anything about, from humans to spirit. Oh, that's it. That's a good one. Okay, that's a good one. Okay, yeah. Okay, so being sad. Okay, being sad about somebody who's passed over. Okay, do they want you to be sad about that? No. Okay, I can say again about 99.9 times. Okay, now that's not going to say that you're not sad they're gone. Okay, yeah, I mean, that's going to be a hard one, right? That is very, very difficult. Okay, and you can always miss them. I mean, yeah, but yeah, if you can try to look at the relationship as not completely ended. Okay, if that would help, that they are still in some form. It's not the physical form that you knew them as, and that's different. Yeah. Okay, Diane's popping in. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, even that when her mother died. Okay. Now she knew that she was going to be able to see her mother again, and she can talk to her mother, and she has talked to her mother since her mother passed over. But it's still the kind of nostalgic feeling that you're never going to actually see them in that physical form again. And that's true. But if you can look at it like, well, I mean, that's gone. Right. That physical aspect of them is gone, but their spirit aspect is still around. And she's talked to them, but she still misses that. She still misses being able to call her mother or go see her mother. And that's never going to change. Yeah. I mean, yeah, it does get, what are you saying? Yeah, it does lessen as the years go on, but that's probably never going to change. Right. And so, yeah, but if you could look at it as, yeah, they're not gone completely. No, 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 no. Myth debunked. No, 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 no. They're still around. But yeah, you will never have them in that physical aspect. But once you get back to spirit, you're going to have a different relationship with them if you want to, right? And it could be even better. It could be different. It could not be the mother, daughter or father son relationship. It could be a friendship instead. Yeah, they're not. Yeah, I mean, they're not going to play the same role, but you may. Yeah, but you will remember how well you know them. Yeah, and all the past lives you've shared together, and you'll have a laugh and a chuckle about that, and go on from there. Right. And you can see what they're doing in spirit. So it takes on a different level of appreciation for one, and a different feeling. Yeah, it's a different feeling, but it's a wonderful feeling actually. So yeah, so that's another one. Okay. Yeah, I think we're running out of time here, but I just wanted to say, yeah, this is Mark saying, yeah, what? Anything else? No. They're saying that's okay. They're saying we could go on a little bit more, but they're thinking I've talked enough. Oh, okay. Yeah. That's good. Okay. So this is Mark signing off for this week, and we will be back soon. And that's what? Yeah. Okay. No, that's it. Okay. Yep. Well, I'm going to. Yeah. Thanks for coming. Okay. Yep. Bye.